Yo, what's up, guys? It's been a minute. Life's been doing its thing, so I haven't been able to make as many videos as I've wanted to. Today we're going to talk about the Boss SP-303. Classic sampler that spawned so many great songs, especially if you're a fan of Madvillain or J Dilla. Now there's going to be a lot of similarities here with the SP-505 because these two were in the same quote-unquote series. You can kind of tell by the color schemes and the components. I was lucky enough to score one with the original box and all of the manuals. The unit itself is pretty clean as well. Not a lot of cosmetic damage for a machine that came out over 20 years ago. The SP-303 has a lot of cool features. Professional sampling, right on the box, 44.1 kHz stereo sampling with 8 voice polyphony. I think that's super funny because nowadays everybody just uses this thing to make things sound dirtier. It's also amazing to me what they considered a large sampling capacity, which is 32 samples, 64 minutes in long mode, but you need the SmartMedia card. And if you've got like an extra $100 lying around, I think you can get a 64 megabyte one. I'm not entirely sure. We've been through this on this channel before with the stupid SmartMedia card. So the design of the overall machine, not much crazy going on the sides. I like to do a side profile, front profile, back profile. So, if you don't have one of these or you've never seen it, you can see the entire 360-degree view. What I will say about this is they're a great size. Like, limited, old, crusty, but super easy to carry around, take places, fit on tables, fit between different gear. I use mine a lot as, on my Tascam 12, I run the sub out to it as like a effects box or like a drum bus or something like that. Alright, the connectivity portal, aka the back of the machine. Pretty simple, not a lot here. Got your power connection. It's a large brick that takes up a bunch of a power strip. Got your on-off button, MIDI in for controlling it with a different device, and just a simple RCA in and out. Sometimes simplicity can breed creativities, just like limits can. This is a great machine for coloring sound. Now, I'm not saying you can't make a full beat on it. A lot of people can. I can. You can do anything you put your mind to, but it really shines, in my opinion, as an accent piece to whatever you mainly use. Alright, so the top of the machine where you're going to spend most of your time clicking stuff, smashing buttons, turning knobs, all that good stuff. You got 8 sample pads with a hold and external source trigger pad. This is pretty standard with the SP line of samplers. I like to think that this is where they evolved the SP-404 layout from, because if you notice the 505, the 555, they're a little different and they've got like a quirky little extra thing. This was like the base idea. So you had the 202 and then they expanded on that to make the 303, and then you have the 404, the 404 SX, the 404A, and then the Mark II. So they kept this kind of form factor, which is, I think, kind of perfect. It's great. I mean, I can travel with something like this easier than I can with an MPC Live 2, even though that's a portable machine with a battery. More standard buttons in the top row. You have your bank buttons, you have your mark button, dedicated resample button, record button, dedicated delete button, and above that you have like your sample trigger settings like gate, loop, reverse, stereo, long, and lo-fi. Those are for pre-recording. So if you want your sample to be longer and less good sounding, but in that fun lo-fi way, that's where you would check that. Cancel and remain work in conjunction with the pattern sequencer section. There's also a tap tempo, so pretty basic boilerplate stuff. Where you get into the similarities and like where you can see the evolution is definitely up at the top. The 4 knobs, you have dedicated effect buttons, filter drive, pitch, delay, MFX, which allows you to pick one of the 21, 26 DSP effects, vinyl sim, the one that everyone loves and uses a lot, and isolator, which is actually one of my favorites because I think it sounds really cool. These parameters work the same as the SP-404 series and the SP-202, where you can change different parameters depending on which knob you twist. Top left is always going to be volume though. Front panel, you got your SmartMedia protection door. I think these are on there one in reality, so if you dropped it you wouldn't damage the card or it wouldn't shoot out of the machine. Nowadays, I think they're used to protect your SmartMedia card from possibly being stolen because they're worth so much. You got your headphone port, you got a 1/4-inch input for guitar with its own separate volume knob. Let's sample this old copy of Drum Library and see if we can put a quick beat together. Gonna go ahead and sample this in lo-fi to make this already raggedy version of Drum Library sound dirtier. So I buy a ton of records that I sample from this place in my area called Soul Stop, and this guy has like an insane selection of like Japanese city pop records, and I get some really crazy samples off of them. Shout out to Soul Stop for having insane record selections. I'm sure I'm going to get copyright struck into oblivion for this. I don't really care though. All in all, this is one of my favorite compact samplers. I would definitely recommend getting one if you can find one in decent shape for a decent price. Even without using the SmartMedia slot, you can definitely get some sound design properties out of it. They've been known for a long time for their ability to make normal sound grittier, and if you're going for that, like, this will do better than a plug-in. It's also fun to challenge yourself sometimes to, see if you can make a complete idea on something that's more limited. I mean, nowadays we have stuff that has touch screens on it, and it's super easy to put everything together. Maybe if you're like me, sometimes you want to play with something that's a little bit dumber, so to speak, and just kind of use your ears to put something together. Thanks for watching. We're like over 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I didn't really think that this would get that far, but we're working on a website that has sample packs and t-shirts and all sorts of fun stuff. I'll be posting links up soon, so stay tuned. Thanks.